It's £11.44 to £12.12, so it's about a 60p.
You've got the figures. I've only got a brain.
Well, that's debatable. Of course, who better to talk about the budget, and in particular the minimum wage, is everybody's favourite millionaire Muppet, Charlie Mullins. Let's hear what he's got to say.
So, yes, it's a great thing. Will it be an extra burden on businesses and employers? Yes, it will be. With that, and plus, obviously, the national insurance going up, another 2%, they say. So it's going to be a big burden on businesses. I don't necessarily think it's the right move. I think a lot of people are not going to take on the youngsters now. They're not going to take on apprentices because of the increase, even though I think it's due, but they're not going to be taking them on. And obviously with these workers' rights that are coming out with having a contract from day one, that is also going to stop businesses taking people on.
Why would that stop businesses taking people on?
So we're going to go into Charlie's world now, the world where workers are all out to stiff the bosses.
Okay, because youngsters tend to move around a lot. And the fear is that you may take on a few youngsters and all of a sudden they decide to go, and then they may play the unfair dismissal card on you. So businesses are quite scared of that. And I know that for a fact. I've been talking to a few, and popular hairdressers in the West End, they won't take on youngsters no more because they'll move on, and he's scared that they'll play the
I think he's saying that when youngsters move on, they'll pretend it was an unfair dismissal. Of course, he's not seeing it from both sides. Now let's see Charlie get a bit touchy.
That's nothing to do with workers' rights, Charlie, is it? Why does giving workers more rights make them more likely to move on?
No, I never said that, mate. You're not listening.
I am listening. Go on.
What is the new contract means that from day one they have workers' rights equivalent to someone being there 2 years. Mm-hmm. So they can sue the company for unfair dismissal, or you're not being fair to me, or you're not paying me enough. They've got equivalent to a 2-year contract. So an employer is now scared that if they go, because youngsters tend to move around a little bit, as you know, in their first jobs, and what they're concerned about is they may play the unfair dismissal card, which is going to cost the company money. So,
but that would still have to go to a tribunal. The company that would go to a tribunal. The company would argue their case. If they had a case, then they've got nothing to worry about.
You obviously, I don't know. Have you ever employed people?
You haven't got experience, so you don't know what you're talking about response.
No, I've never employed people directly. I've always been a worker.
But there's a shock on it, because
because if you haven't got if it goes to a tribunal and you haven't treated your workers unfairly, what's the problem?
Not that I've been to a tribunal, but my experience of working in many different environments and hearing many examples from other people is that the dynamic between employer and employee is usually weighted in favour of the former. I think this shows Charlie's view of people he employs, as if he is the one who always gets the fuzzy end of the lollipop.
You'll win the case.
You obviously haven't been to a tribunal. When you go to a tribunal, it's already weighed against you. It's loaded against the employer. Believe me, it's loaded against you. And any employer knows that. And all it is he said, she said. So the youngster says, he got rid of me for nothing. And the boss says, well, he weren't really doing his job properly, so we got rid of him. So it's he said, she said. It's unnecessary is what I'm trying to say. We don't need it in the workplace.
Click here for Jacob Rees-Mogg and GB News getting upset that Ofcom has fined them for being biased.